Yeah.
That time
Let
I
me
had a
tell
yeast
y'all about the
infection
time that
and
I didn't
I
know I had a
didn't
yeast
know.
infection, and I put alcohol down there to stop it from itching. Right? Okay, so check it. I was in high school, and let's just be honest. In high school, you really don't know too much about your body, right? Like you don't know. Like they give you sex ed and all that stuff, but like you really don't know a lot about your body. And I have never, ever, 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 ever in my entire life had a yeast infection before. So it's like, what the fuck is this? So I just thought that it was just like some irritation, right? Like I've never really like paid attention to it, right? But it just kept itching. It just kept bothering me. So I'm like, what the fuck is this? So my first mind was like, oh my God, I think I'm gonna die. And I think I got something because I had just had sex for the first time not too long prior to that. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm finna die. I have an STD. And I'm going to kill him along with it. Like, we all finna die in this bitch, right? So I'm like, okay. I didn't go to the hospital, didn't go to the doctor. I just kept like putting it off. Like, okay, it's just gonna go away, it's gonna go away. And so like if you was born and raised with some black mothers, aunties, and grandmas and stuff, you know that Vaseline and alcohol cures any and everything, right? So in my head, I'm like, well, Vaseline gonna cure it because my grandma said it, like Nana said, put Vaseline on everything and it helped. Put it on burns, put it on wounds, put it on cuts and bruises, and it soothed it, right? So I just went ahead and I took a big ass dip of Vaseline and put it on down there where it was itching at and stuff, and I put on there, and it was cool for a few minutes or whatever. So I was like, okay, see, my nana knew what the fuck she was talking about. So this Vaseline is working, right? So we good. Like I'm just gonna stay right here, right? Then it just seemed like it got worse, and it just got worse and worse and worse. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Again, I didn't talk to nobody, didn't tell nobody. I just dealt with it. So like every time I would go to the bathroom, I would scratch so hard and so much. I'd be like, ooh, like I just didn't know, right? And it felt so good. I was like, well, maybe like it's just like something that's gonna pass, like because I never had it before. So still didn't go. Didn't go to the nurse. Didn't go to Planned Parenthood. I didn't know nothing about no Planned Parenthood, and I'm gonna tell you about that story how I found about them later, right? So anyway, I'm like, okay, it's gonna pass. Like maybe because I had just got off my period like 2 or 3 days before I had swim class. So maybe it's the chlorine and me getting off my period, maybe that's what it is. So I'm gonna take a good shower, clean up real good. It's gonna be okay. That made it worse. Now by this time I am putting goops and globs and dollops and just 3 fingers full of Vaseline on it because I'm not gonna lie, it did stop the burning sensation for a while. So this time my panties all stained up and greased up. Just slathered up the rest of them. Okay. And I'm sleeping with my legs open. I'm at school. Like, I'm just uncomfortable. I got an attitude. Like, I'm not okay. Like, what the fuck is going on? So I was like, oh, Nana always said Vaseline help. Not Vaseline. I was like, not Vaseline to help. She talked about alcohol too. I was like, well, alcohol kills everything. So let me go ahead and, just put a cap full of alcohol down there, right? Y'all. I took a cap full of 70% alcohol. Alcohol. 70%. 70. And took a cap full. I spreaded them lips real wide. Wide, wide. And I dropped that alcohol on everything. Y'all, when I tell y'all that my soul left my body, went straight to the earth's crust, passed through the pits of hell, came back into my body, and I hit the floor so hard in that bathroom, I thought I was dead. I just laid there like, that's it, a hand, for like a good 10 minutes. I hit that floor so hard, I knew I was dead. That's how painful it was. And so, growing up, if it's painful, like if it's burning or if it's sizzling, that means it's working right. So not only did I do it with that one time, I think I did it 3 more times. I was like, well, it shouldn't hurt if I do it again, because it's working right. I did it 2 more times, and the same sensation through the pits of hell to the earth's crust, back through the earth's crust to the pits of hell to my soul. I died. I died. Listen, I died. I died 3 times doing that shit. I died. I died 3 times. I know I saw hell. I know I felt the heats of hell. I know I did. It passed. It passed through all of that. I know I felt. I was in hell. I was in hell. I'm telling you, I was in hell. Yeah, I was. I was in hell. I rested. I rested there for a few minutes. I rested straight in hell for a good 7 to 10 minutes. I just rested in hell. Rested right in hell. Mm-hmm. Yep. And so once it got worse and I was damn near crawling on my hands and knees, and I refused to tell my mama because, like I said, I had just had sex for the first time, and then like a month or two prior to that, then I had just finished my period like 3 or 4 days, and then after that, I went. I had swim class. So I thought it was just like a mixture of everything. And I was scared to tell my mom. Not that I was afraid that she was going to beat me or do anything, because my mother is cool as fuck and I could talk to her about anything. It was just that, like, I was nervous. Like, I felt like it was going to be like a big disappointment, right? So I didn't tell her. So, good thing about it, when I was in high school, we had a school nurse on campus. So we could go to her anytime we wanted to, right? So I finally went to her. I was like, what is going on? And when I finally like opened my legs to her, she was like, oh my God. She said, you should have came to me 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I let it ride for a long time, y'all. I think I had a yeast infection for like a month. I ain't gonna lie, it was horrible. She was like, you have a horrible yeast infection. And she started asking me about the soaps, what kind of soap was I using. And I told her at the time I think I was using either Irish Spring or Dial or something like that. She was like, no, you can never use soap like that. That's how I got introduced to Dove. She said, I don't care if you get 1 bar, you have to use Dove, because you're gonna stay with the yeast infection. Your skin and your body. And then she started like examining my skin and stuff. She was like, your body can't handle the harsh soap, right? And back then I didn't know nothing about yoni steaming, and y'all didn't either. I was in high school, so yeah, that's why I was using Dove. So Dove worked for years until I, started making my own stuff and yoni steaming, right? So anyway, um so I started using the Dove, and she gave me the yeast infection cream. And back then they had Monistat 7s, and so I had the 7 and the Vulva cream and stuff like that. And she told me to come back after it's over with, to after I use up the 7-day supply, so she could check to make sure that everything was okay. Baby, let me tell you something. When I went back, she said, okay, you did the 7 days. She said, you still got a little bit in there. I'm going to give you another dose. And she said, but don't put all of that in there, put half, because it's just a little bit in there. And I can see that you're still irritated. My vagina was irritated for so long. So long. Like, it hurt to wipe. It had hurt to put on panties. It just, oh my God. It was pure fucking, oh my God. Ladies, little girls, listen. If you feel the smallest inkling of something wrong down there, run to the doctor, run to your mama, get you some help. Don't be experimenting like me, because you're afraid you're going to hurt somebody's feelings, baby. Get you some help, because, honey, my coochie was out of commission and so for damn near 6 months. I mean, ooh, ooh, I'm so happy that I've learned new things and learned how to, take care of myself and things of that nature. Because, baby, this coochie was on fire. Okay? Fire.